We've let ourselves down recently. Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, to those among you who are easily frightened, we suggest you turn away now. To those of you who think they can take it, we say, welcome to the madhouse.
Try and take me to the madhouse. To the madhouse. To the madhouse. Try and take me to the madhouse. To the madhouse. To the madhouse. Yeah, broken, ain't dumb. They try to fit me up for something I ain't
Welcome to the madhouse. We are doing something very, very peculiar indeed. It's a fucking Halloween special. My name's Jimmy, and over there's Joey.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hello.
We are doing a Halloween special for the first time since we launched.
Yes, we smashed out some Christmas specials, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. I think it's perfectly normal. I think.
Oh. Oh, okay.
We only did one, I think.
I
Black
thought we
Christmas.
did a couple.
Do you know when our first episode came out?
Do I know when it came out?
Yeah.
2019?
Yep, April 2019.
Wow.
Yep, that will be, wow. 4 years in April.
Fuck it out. In my kitchen.
It was in your kitchen. And we used plastic cups and string connected to a wax cylinder that recorded the vibrations. Remember?
Yeah.
Good times.
Yes, I do.
Anyway, this is our not just a Halloween special, but it's the end of our normal run, as it has always been. It's the end of an era, and then we're coming back.
Yeah.
Coming back with
Be nice.
seasons.
Yes. Series. Yeah.
Series, sorry.
Which will be lovely. All themed. Hopefully that'll work out a bit better for everybody. They won't be so sporadic.
Yeah, because we'll record a bunch at once.
Yeah, just do a bunch at once.
We'll
Bang it out there. You can all have a listen.
We'll stay up for
Straight
like
away.
72 hours straight,
Yeah.
record a series,
Yeah.
and release it as a jumbled mess the next day.
Yes. Why do anything any different?
Don't know. Right, what film are we doing today?
We are doing Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat.
Yes. They couldn't call it Trick or Treat because there's that terrible, terrible film called Trick or Treat starring, I think it was the dude with the long tongue from Kiss. Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
And that great
Gene
Birmingham
Simmons.
fella. Yes. Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, they tried to get John Bon Jovi, didn't they? But he was busy.
They did, but they couldn't get him. He was away riding some sort of metal horse. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or just in the corner punching himself in the dick because he's a twat.
Yeah, and it was a steel horse, which is still a metal horse, but it was a steel horse. If we're going to mock
just
someone,
quickly.
we're going to do it properly.
Yeah, well, exactly. Right. Quickly, let's just do what are you drinking there? What's that you've got? A little can of.
Thatcher's again.
Lovely. Well, we must at time of recording, this is a school night, isn't it?
Yes.
So we've both got jobs to do.
Yeah, we
morning.
usually do a Friday night. What have you got to drink?
So I've got cider, the standard cider. But I've also got this I got a horrible gin liqueur,
Ooh.
right, that was gifted to us at the weekend, and it's got gold flakes in it.
Oh, fancy.
It's disgusting. Oh, and it's clementine flavor,
Okay.
so it's very
Is
Christmassy.
that a posh
So
orange?
I'm on theme. Eh?
Is that a posh orange?
No, it's a little one, isn't it? Jamie Oliver uses it a lot.
Oh, the other thick tongue guy.
Yes. The other.
Gene Simmons. Oh no, he's the long tongue guy.
Yes. So, oh, this is a bit awkward. I'll turn around this way, actually. Annoyingly, I've put it in a shot glass that I have my boiled eggs in it, and I've not cleaned up the yolk very well down the side.
Oh, that is manky.
So I'm going to shoot this down this quickly. Do you want to just say when the film came out and
Yeah, I'll do
stuff?
some little intro facts, shall I, where you take that shot of gold. Yeah. So,
Yes.
right, you'll hear Jimmy gag. But it was written and directed by Michael Dougherty. That's how I'm saying his name. It was, there you go, made in 2007, but released in 2009, straight to DVD. In 2004, Michael Dougherty made an animated short film called Season's Greetings, which was the inspiration and formed the basis of this film. It was originally called Season's Greetings, this film, while being made after the short film, but that was changed because it sounds stupidly close to a Christmas film. And so then it was called, are you right? You're not going to throw
Yeah,
up?
fine. Fine. No, fine.
Then it was called Halloween Terrors, Jack-O-Lantern Tales, October the 31st, and Trick or Treat. They chose to call the film Trick or Treat, but they changed it to Trick or Treat, as you said. Which title would you have gone with?
I would have gone with um not Season's Greetings, because that does sound like a terrible, terrible Christmas film.
Yeah.
There was another good one in there. What was it? Something
Halloween Terrors.
Halloween Terrors is all right.
It sounds like Headstone Horror's cover band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tombstone Terrors.
Tombstone Terrors, Halloween Terrors. Jack-O-Lantern Tales might have been alright. I wouldn't.
Actually, that's the best one.
Yeah,
That's
Anyway.
the best one because there's a lot of jack-o'-lanterns in
yeah. So there you go.
Right.
Released in 2009. How was your shot?
it. It was fucking disgusting.
I think when we come back from our short break before we do the series format, when we come back to do that, we should make more of an effort to have more interesting drinks and reviews.
Yes, we've
Quick
let
reviews.
ourselves down recently.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway,
Right. Should we do the last ever paranormal graph?
yes, it's a long paranormal graph, I'm afraid, because this is obviously an anthology. I will just point out at the start of the film that there is a couple and the guy, she blows out the jack-o'-lantern
Yes.
before midnight, which basically is not a very good thing to do.
Have you
They
ever
end
heard
up
that
dying.
before?
No.
No, neither have I. I wonder if
No.
it was made up for the film.
I don't think so. I think I did actually Google it afterwards. I think it's a real thing.
Okay. Well, I'll just believe
Celtic,
it
maybe.
blindly. I
Yeah.
don't care that much.
Fuck it. Right,
it.
we'll kick off with the first little bit entitled Principle. Charlie, an overweight child who vandalizes jack-o'-lanterns, is caught stealing candy from an unattended bowl left by his school principal, Stephen Wilkins. He offers Charlie a candy bar while lecturing Charlie on the importance of respecting Halloween rules and traditions. Charlie gradually feels more unwell until he begins to vomit chocolate and blood.
While clumsily attempting to hide the murder, he hands out candy to trick-or-treaters. Wilkins attempts to bury Charlie in his backyard, along with the body of another victim, but is continually interrupted by his young son, Billy, his elderly neighbour, Mr. Krieg, and Krieg's dog, Spite. The other victim turns out to still be alive and struggles in his sack, forcing Wilkins to violently beat him to death with a shovel before anyone can discern the noise.
When Wilkins returns indoors, he briefly notices Krieg at the window, screaming for help before something seems to attack him. Wilkins guides Billy downstairs to carve a jack-o'-lantern, hiding a knife behind his back. After some hesitation, Wilkins appears to stab Billy. However, Billy is unharmed and it is revealed that the knife was plunged into Charlie's severed head, the jack-o'-lantern they're about to carve. Right, the next little one is the Halloween school bus massacre.
That was me, isn't it?
Yeah, you take that one.
A group of teenage trick-or-treaters, Macy, Chip, Schrader, and Sarah, are collecting jack-o'-lanterns when they meet Rhonda. The group, led by Macy, visits a flooded quarry where she tells the urban legend of the Halloween school bus massacre. In this legend, 8 disabled children were killed by a school bus driver on Halloween. The children's parents wanted nothing more than to be rid of them, so they paid the bus driver to dispose of them. However, before the driver could complete his task, one child escaped his shackles and took control of the bus. The boy wound up causing the bus to fall into the quarry, killing the children, though the driver survived.
The group splits up, leaving Rhonda and Chip behind. Rhonda is pursued by horrifying figures, but once she is reduced to tears, the other teens claim responsibility, revealing that they disguised themselves as the dead children in an attempt to prank her, all planned out by that bitch, Macy. Schrader realizes that the trick has gone too far and comforts the terrified Rhonda, while a bitter Macy kicks a jack-o'-lantern into the water. Suddenly, the dead children emerge from the lake, attacking Macy and Sarah. Sarah is dragged away and killed while Rhonda escapes, abandoning the other three teens to their gruesome fate as revenge for their heartless prank on her.
Dun, dun, dun.
Third in the little story is Surprise Party.
Laurie joins her sister, Danielle, and friends, Maria and Janet, for Halloween. She winds up with a Little Red Riding Hood costume that makes her look like she's 5 in comparison to her friends' revealing outfits.
Laurie misses just trick-or-treating, which her sister and friends casually disregard. The other girls pick up dates, but Laurie declines in favor of staying to enjoy the town festival instead. She later encounters a hooded man dressed as a vampire who follows her into the woods and attacks her. She defeats the assailant, and Laurie's friends unmasks the incapacitated man at a bonfire where she forcibly brings him along.
Are you beatboxing?
Whoa! And it turns out it's bloody Stephen Wilkins, the school principal. He's a serial killer who was after his victims at the festival.
Mental. So he's finished carving with his son, put his son to sleep, and got out.
Gosh.
Laurie's friends are then revealed to be werewolves.
Werewolves.
Shedding their clothing and skin before feasting on their deceased dates, Laurie is the last to transform and kills Wilkins before devouring him.
Next little one's just called Sam, who's the little man in the sack that appears in every single bit, which we failed to mention, but you've seen it, you know it.
Yep.
In it. Krieg, Wilkins' Halloween-hating neighbor, scares trick-or-treaters off his doorstep. As the night proceeds, Krieg encounters escalating phenomena. The house is egged, the lawn is filled with ornate jack-o'-lanterns, and the hallways and ceiling are scrawled with Halloween and Samhain greetings.
Krieg is ambushed numerous times by Sam and eventually manages to unmask his assailant, whose head resembles a frightful hybrid of a skull and a jack-o'-lantern. Krieg shoots Sam several times with a shotgun, and pumpkin innards spray from the wounds. Sam proves difficult to kill, and after badly injuring Krieg, he eventually has the old man cornered. Instead of killing Krieg, Sam impales a candy bar in Krieg's lap. Satisfied, Sam spares a confused Krieg and ominously departs. Meanwhile, photographs burning in the fireplace reveal that Krieg is the driver from the school bus massacre.
Oh no! Oh no! I'll have a little sip.
Yeah.
That's
And then you can take us home with the conclusion.
Yeah, this is all the bit that brings it all together. I think I will. Heavily bandaged Krieg gives candy to trick-or-treaters. While on his front porch, he observes the street where he witnesses other characters in the film mill about observing Halloween traditions. Billy sits on his father's porch, handing out candy to trick-or-treaters and enjoying himself. Rhonda crosses the street casually, pulling a wagon filled with jack-o'-lanterns along, and is nearly run over by Laurie and the girls' van as they drive by laughing to each other. Emma and Henry arrive home. Henry relaxes in his house while Emma blows out the jack-o'-lantern as Sam moves in for the kill for breaking a Halloween tradition. Krieg retreats into his home, but immediately hears a knock on his door. These last trick-or-treaters are the children from the bus. They mockingly greet him before proceeding to brutally tear apart and devour Krieg as revenge for their murders.
Shit.
Woo! Anthology. It's very difficult to talk through an anthology. I'm sure we're going to get into how everything's linked.
Yeah, you've done it. You've done it well, rather than I don't know how you could have written it in a linear way to go along as the film presents it would have been very hard.
No.
So
I couldn't get it down into a paragraph because there's so many stories going on. It's very difficult.
yep, and you might have to enlighten me to some of the linking that I missed because I think there's bits that I have not picked up on.
Trick or dick or link. No, that doesn't
What?
work.
Trick or dick or link?
That
That's the
doesn't work.
worst
Cut
game
that.
show ever. Is that a game show you're coming up with? Is that what the new
Oh,
series
yeah,
is going
that's
to be?
true.
Trick or dick or link?
Yeah.
What's a
Yeah.
link? So like
Oh, wait.
snog, marry, and murder type thing.
Yeah. It's called Trick or Dick, and it could be people go up to there'd be a thing that sticks out through like a hole in a wall,
Okay.
and it could either be like a dick,
Yeah.
it could be a really, really hot chili, or it could be something tasty like a banana or an ice lolly
Yeah.
or something like that.
This is a
See what I'm
glory hole.
saying?
This is a glory hole.
Yes,
Okay.
but there'd be a game show element to it. I'll be in a suit and I'll be going trick or dick, and you've got to find the dick.
Okay, you've got to go through a few glory holes and identify the dick.
Yeah, you're blindfolded, obvs.
Well, I'm not blindfolded because I ain't playing, but I'll be your glamorous assistant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna send that to ITV. Trick or dick.
Yeah. Well, Schofield will love it.
Yeah, of course he would. If he's my co-presenter.
Yeah. Schofield and Willoughby. They'll be jumping the queue to get into that one. Should we do some Frights and Delights?
Absolutely. Or trick or treats.
Ooh. That one was so easy, I can't believe I missed it. Right, here we are then. Trick or treat or dick, Jimmy. You good? I'll start us off, shall I?
Go for it.
The film consists of different stories that are vaguely interlinked in the way that they happen around each other. You can actually see characters from each story in the background of the other stories, which is a nice touch. So this is a treat. It's quite cleverly used to show the viewer the chronological order of which the film is happening and where events in the film happen with relation to other events in the film, because it would be pretty hard to follow otherwise. It would be pretty hard to understand that they're all linked together if they didn't have that.
The film starts, doesn't it, with the couple coming home and she's pissed off and blows out the candles.
Yeah.
And then the story is across the road is the principal. But
Yep.
I can't remember, but that doesn't happen straight away. You threw me off there. But there's very good little bits in it where there's like when the kids are down by the lake thing, the quarry, and then she walks away and she in the distance you hear the werewolves howl.
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
And then you actually go and then watch that story and then the werewolves howl and you go, oh, that just happened in that bit over there. Okay, I see, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway.
Yeah, it's got some nice bits.
We'll get more into that in the next section.
Oh, will we?
Whoops.
It took 18 drafts of the script before the director landed on the right one. The one he landed on was chosen because the individual stories represented in the script represent Halloween at different stages of life.
Oh, okay. Oh, I suppose so, actually. Yeah, good point.
The story of Dylan,
Okay.
what's his name?
Which one?
The teacher, principal,
Wilkins.
Wilkins.
Yeah.
And his son.
Yeah.
Is the story of early Halloween experience of carving pumpkins with your parents.
Okay, yeah.
The next story is children trick-or-treating without their parents.
Yeah.
The teenage girls represent the boning years, where every celebration is seen through the lens of partying and sexing it up.
Yeah.
And Mr. Krieg is the last part, sitting at home, wishing everyone would leave him the fuck alone.
I think I'm Mr. Krieg. I think I'm Krieging it.
You Krieging it?
I think I'm Krieging it up.
There's got to be a between, hasn't there, from the teenage girls to the to Mr. Krieg?
Yeah, maybe if they just honed in on what Wilkins was doing, not with his kid, but going out murdering.
Well, see, that's where I am, I guess.
Oh, going out murdering.
No, because I'm in that first story, but I'm not the kid. I'm the dad helping carve the pumpkins
Right. Okay. Yeah.
and then going out murdering.
Nice.
So anyway, so that's another treat. I keep wanting to say delight. The film was shot and set to be released on Halloween 2007, but was pulled from release by Warner Brothers. It's not clear why they didn't release it, except maybe due to some competition at the box office that year, because a Saw film came out that year, but that seems like a stupid excuse not to release a film you've made. They then planned Halloween 2008 release, but that was also scrapped for some reason, so the film basically disappeared for a while until it came out on straight-to-DVD release in 2009 with no fanfare or marketing. So what happened there, Jimmy?
Well, they were up against Saw, weren't they? Was it Saw? Was it the very first Saw?
No, it was like Saw 4.
Oh, what?
I know, it was Saw 4, it was a later one, Saw 4 or 5. And it seems like a silly reason not to. There's always going to be competition if you're releasing a Halloween film at Halloween. There's always going to be other Halloween films for competition. It seems stupid. Like you can't just keep putting it off until there's no competition at the box office.
No. Saw was big though. Saw was big at that time.
Yeah,
There was a lot. There was a lot of stiffies for Saw.
there were, but what? Even at Saw 4?
Maybe. But it might not. I can't remember. Was it definitely Saw 4 or was it like Saw 3?
I don't know.
Saw 2? I don't know.
It wasn't Saw 2. It was later than that.
Right.
Anyway, that happened. But that's
Wasted because this is a really good film, I think.
yeah, just sitting on the back
I
burner
think-
for 2 years until they decided, yeah, put it out on DVD.
Yeah. Yeah. They should have chanced it and popped it out because I think it would have gone down well in a big cinema instead of just on a little disc.
Yeah. I got one more for you.
All right.
This is a treat. At the beginning of the film, you can see the zombified school bus kids leaving Mr. Krieg's house after devouring him. You don't know it at this time, though. You just see some kids leaving his driveway and assume they are trick-or-treaters. So that's a pretty cool thing to look back on a rewatch and see all these things.
Yeah.
It was like 3.5 minutes in. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You get to see that?
there was loads of little tiny little bits like that. You just see the characters in the background milling about, going about their business.
Yeah. I think it's pretty
Yeah, I
cool
like
that
that.
at that point you can see basically the end of the films happening
Yeah,
straight away, but you don't know that until you watch it again one day.
yeah, yeah. The film's basically done at the start, but then you're watching it more in a comic book style.
Yeah.
Like you're reading it, like you're flipping through the pages, like going, oh,
That's what I said.
ah. Don't know what that noise was. Never done that before.
I do it every time I watch a film and it suddenly clicks. Shyamalan films. Wow. Say it all the time. Right. Have you got something for us?
Yeah, I've got a list of tricks for you.
We're going to have to take a break and come back to them, though.
Okay, yeah.
Because for some reason our Zoom meeting's running out of time already.
It's all that waffle at the start.
The waffles, definitely. Right. We'll see you in a minute.
Boom. Right, you hit us with a lot of treats there. I'm going to hit you with some tricks.
Sweet. Come on in.
Right, after a night spent trick-or-treating, 8-year-old Timothy O'Brien was given one last sweet by his father, Ronald. Timothy ate a pixie sticks, which I believe is some sort of American candy.
Okay.
Sounds horrible. Probably like that Hershey crap.
Yep.
From the hands of his dad and soon began to vomit. He died before he reached the hospital. Police learned that Ronald, who repeatedly changed his story, had poisoned the pixie sticks with cyanide. Ronald was revealed to have been in serious debt and had taken out life insurance policies on his children. He was given a lethal injection a year later.
Shit.
Never paid off his debts, obviously.
That's not a nice story.
No, well, this one will brighten up your life a little bit.
Okay.
On the night before Halloween 1975, 15-year-old Martha Moxley was on her way to a fancy dress party in Connecticut when she was killed. According to the New York Times, the teenager was found dead in the back garden, having been beaten to death with golf clubs. It would be another 25 years before Michael Scarkill, who was also 15 at the time, was convicted of her murder and sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Shit.
Scarkill maintained his innocence, and his conviction was vacated by the Supreme Court in 2018.
What? That's
So
a
he
roller
might not have
coaster
done
of a
it.
story. So he's meant to have beat her to death with golf clubs when they were like 15. And then
Yeah.
they, 20 years later, for some reason, convicted him of it. I'm guessing because of DNA.
Yeah.
And now he's been freed.
Yes, so that's basically unsolved, probably, which is a shame.
Or he did it and something didn't technically go through the courts properly.
Yeah,
Which
probably.
kind of
It's probably that one.
negates the whole thing. Right?
Right.
That
You
one
heard of
didn't
these
cheer
two
me up like you
chances?
said.
Lawrence Bittaker and Roy Norris were an infamous duo known as the Toolbox Killers, named so after picking up a series of young female hitchhikers and torturing them with simple tools. In 1979, the pair killed a woman named Shirley Lenford while she made her way home from a Halloween party. Lenford was tortured and killed before her body was left in a stranger's front garden. She was the Toolbox Killer's fifth and final victim.
Damn.
I think they got caught. I don't know. You'd have to do a deep dive on that one. You'd have to Google that one yourself.
You'd think if we know their names well enough to know they did it, that they've probably been caught.
Good point. My bad. Oh,
I thought they were going to be found killing toolboxes with a name like that. It got darker than
Yeah.
I thought.
right. On Halloween night, there's a theme here. Everything happens on Halloween.
Oh yeah, good. It's good for
Right,
a
ready?
Halloween special actually. That yeah, good thinking. So,
Thanks. On on Halloween night in 1957, Peter and Betty Fabiano were woken by a knock at Fabiano were woken by a knock at the door. Thinking it was a late night trick or treater, Peter brought some sweets ready to give them. When he opened it, he was greeted by a woman wearing a mask who raised a hand wrapped in a paper bag and shot him in the chest, killing him instantly. Just like that. Police later arrested Joan Rabel, a woman who reportedly had a sexual relationship with Peter's wife, Betty.
Damn.
The twist. 1957 twist.
Ah.
According to the report, Rabel talked another woman, Goldine Pizer, into committing the murder. Pizer was sentenced to 5 years in prison, while Rabel was convicted of second-degree murder. Betty was never tried in connection with her husband's death.
What the hell?
She basically hired these lesbians to kill her.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
think. We've cracked it. We've cracked it, Sherlock. We've done that one.
Yep.
Right, moving on. All right, I've only got a couple more.
Okay.
Halloween. A New Yorker, Carl Jackson, was with his girlfriend on his way to pick up her son from a Halloween party when he was killed by a group of teenagers. According to the New York Times, the gang had been egging Jackson's car when Jackson got out and yelled at them to stop. In response, one of the youths pulled out a gun and shot Jackson through the head, killing him instantly. The lad, Curtis Sterling, then 17, was charged with second-degree murder and is currently serving a 20-year sentence.
Huh.
Second-degree murder?
What's the difference between second degree and first degree?
Second degree is kind of, it was sort of an accident, or it wasn't planned. It was murder, but it wasn't planned.
I thought that was manslaughter.
Manslaughter is by accident. Second degree murder is murder when it's not
Not
what's that thing where you
premeditated.
plan it?
Premeditated.
Premeditated, yeah. Yeah.
So first degree is
That's-
where you plan it ahead of time.
Yes.
Second degree is where it just happens.
Yeah.
And
Still a bit
manslaughter is
shit,
where
though.
you were meant to just trip them up, but they hit their
Yeah.
head.
It was an accident, like you do it with a car or something. But that's a bit shit.
Yeah.
that every year at Halloween, the man who killed this other man, he gets a card from the dead uh bloke's mother, which just reads, "I'm glad you're still there."
Ah, nice.
Every year on Halloween.
That'd be a good film if when he gets out, he's hunted by
Yeah.
her.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every Halloween
Wearing a mask
of a dead son.
dead son's skin. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or one of the guy's family members.
Yes.
You killed my son.
Yes,
I'm going to
she
kill every
kills
one of
them
your
off.
family.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right, last one. In 1981, eyewitnesses spotted a man running away from a convent in Texas in the middle of the night. Nuns noticed the broken window in the community room and soon found the body of Sister Tandea Benze. The nuns immediately called the police, who later found Benze's clothes under a bed along with a knife. The man's name was Johnny Frank Garrett, and an autopsy revealed he had stabbed and sexually assaulted Benz before strangling her. Garrett was sentenced to death, and report says his last words were, "I'd like to thank my family for loving me and taking care of me. The rest of the world could kiss my ass."
Did he do that weird thing you just did with your tongue at the same time?
Maybe, I don't know. He might have done. There you go. They're my tricks.
Nice.
Done.
Which
Boom.
one was your favourite story? If you had
Um,
to make one into a film.
into a film, I
Yeah.
like the idea of the woman's son getting killed and then her sending bits of body parts of his family to him every Halloween
Wow.
when he's in prison. I
Yeah.
mean, I've obviously elaborated on the story.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't remember that bit, but she should definitely hunt down his family. But wait till he
Yeah,
gets
like
out.
wait, maybe actually, like you said, wait until he gets out of prison because I
Yeah.
don't think you could send his child's ear through prison
No,
mail.
you'd have to put it in a cake, like they do with escape stuff in films. You put your file and a tiny hammer in a cake.
Yeah.
So they can
Ear
escape.
cake.
But now you just put body parts in it.
Yes, finger cake. Ugh. That's something completely different.
Yeah.
That's another movie altogether.
Right.
Finger pie, finger cake.
We need to
Gross.
mosey on over to the Master of the Macabre.
Yeah.
Master of the Macabre.
Welcome to the Master of the Macabre. We're going to find out who was a treat to watch and who was a trick and a dig. In fact, we're not, because we're just going to pick out the treat to watch, aren't we? We're not going to blast anyone, but welcome to Master of the Treat. Shit.
Nailed it.
Yeah, maybe
Nailed it.
be able to tell that I am yet again ill.
It's
I don't know what's going on.
not COVID though, is it?
I don't know.
Or
I've
is it?
tested negative for COVID, but I went on a stag do on Saturday, and a few of those people have messaged today to say they're ill and tested positive for COVID after being ill. And I woke up ill this morning, and then they messages. So I've tested negative anyway, but who knows? Anyway, so it
You
sounds
could be
like
trapped in that room again for a
no, it won't be.
couple of weeks.
Then that was December, and we did an episode when I was in here, and then I was ill in May, and it seems like I'm always ill on podcast, but I promise I'm not. Anyway, it's Master of the Macabre. I've got 2 people on my list.
Oh, okay. I've got two as well.
Excellent. And I've just realised why I got confused talking about the story earlier with the name of the teacher.
Okay.
Because I was thinking of his actual name, not the character's name. That's why I got confused. I've just clicked.
Oh yeah, well done.
Because the actor's called Dylan Baker,
Yes.
and he
Yes.
is one of my choices.
Yes, he's also one of my choices. Who's
Right.
your other choice?
Or should we do the count after 3 again? I've done that for a
Okay,
while.
yeah, go on
Okay.
then.
1, 2, 3. Robert De
Arnold
Niro.
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. We watched Twins, did we? Twins or treat?
I forgot it was Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to come in on it or not. You went for someone. Well, I mean, clearly they're hard to distinguish between sometimes. Robert De Niro.
100%.
Oh, I've done it again. Robert De Niro. I was thinking of Danny DeVito when I was talking about twins. What is wrong with me today? Maybe I've got brain fog. Did you not get confused when I just said watch the film Twins, did we?
Well, I just thought because you meant Schwarzenegger, but yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, no, I meant Danny DeVito. Anyway.
Wow.
Whew.
Is that COVID?
Maybe it's brain fog, who knows? Right, so it's neither of those people anyway. We're just talking utter bollocks. My other one was Brian Cox,
Yes, Cox.
who was Mr. Krieg.
Yes.
I don't know who to give it to because Brian Cox is obviously a well-known actor who plays this really well and really got into it, clearly. And Dylan Baker, though, is just perfect as this psychotic teacher who has
Yes.
this secret life. And you can see kind of both sides of him being good at the teaching and hiding that other side, and being that principal dick, and being
Yeah.
a serial killer dick.
He's in plain sight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Serial killer in plain sight. But I think we should put it down to kills.
What, kill count wins?
I think so.
Well, Mr. Krieg
So
didn't kill
what's-
anyone, did he?
Huh?
Mr. Krieg didn't kill anyone, did he?
Whoa, hold on a second. Let's just go with the principal. In the film, who
Yeah.
we saw him kill,
Yeah.
he had Charlie, he had the guy in the grave.
Yep.
And then he killed the girl at the carnival
Oh, yeah.
and left her propped up. So that's three, but obviously he's killed before, but
Yeah.
that's the three that we see.
Okay.
And then he gets killed by the werewolves. Krieg, however, he's got 8 little disabled kids on his hands. Yeah? He's killed 8 of them.
Yeah, but okay, so I've got a counter argument. First off, in the film, Dylan Baker kills 3 people. But Brian Cox, Mr. Krieg, doesn't actually kill anyone in the film. That happened in the past. And also, he didn't kill him.
We
Because
did kill him.
No, he didn't. The little kid who got out of the chair and drove the bus into the quarry killed him.
Oh, the old fucking loophole.
Yeah, the old
Ah.
I didn't do it, the special needs child did defense. in court.
Oh, okay. So the little disabled fella did it.
Yeah, so they're haunting him at the end and he didn't even kill him.
Fucking hell, that's a good point.
As far as they know, he just drove him out for a day at the quarry.
Ah, Krieg's innocent. Did he come
Krieg-
away with that cash in the end, I wonder? Maybe.
Well, I don't know how the kids even knew he was going to kill him, but it was one of those that got loose and got into the driver's seat and drove over the cliff. He was as shocked as everyone else when that happened.
Fucking hell. Good spot. Right. It's got to be the principal then, surely.
Yep, okay.
Or, actually, honorable mention, Sam. He kills quite a few people in it.
Yeah,
Or is he just knocking about?
but the Master and Macabre for the best acting,
Oh, okay.
and that was not an actor. Well, it must have been an actor while walking around, but it was either a
Yeah, it
short
was.
dude
He
or
was,
a kid just walking around.
yeah, he was the little kid. He was the little kid who was he was perving at the girls in the changing rooms.
What?
That was who played Sam.
Oh, you mean the actor?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can't give it to him though for just walking around.
No, fuck that. No. Who do you want to give it to?
Dylan Baker.
Dylan Baker.
And his medal will be in the shape of that kid's head.
Yeah,
The
that'd
little
be good.
carving. Yeah.
He's just got an odd look about him as well, hasn't he? Dylan
Yeah.
Baker.
Right. Sorted. Send him his medal.
Yeah, I will.
And we'll move on to the next section. Jimmy, what is it?
It's the Madhouse rating system.
Yeah.
The Madhouse rating
Right, first up,
system.
we have me doing a tasty little shot. Hold on.
Another one.
Whoa. We got tension and suspense.
It's okay. I don't know about you, but I thought it was not necessarily great for tension and suspense. There are some moments. The best being in the rock quarry with the school bus and the kids messing around down there, scaring each other. Eventually being abandoned down there by Rhonda because she got sick of their shit and took the lift
Hell
by
yeah.
herself. Apart from that, I didn't find it very suspenseful through the rest of it. I guess the bit at the beginning where Sam kills the lady without the jack-o'-lantern and she's looking under all the
Washing.
decorations in the garden. Yeah, the bed sheets over.
Washing. No, it's decorations. What am I talking about?
You assume because she's a woman in the garden, she got to be hanging the washing.
Yeah, boy.
Well, that's on you. Send your complaints to. So I wasn't that impressed by the tension and suspense overall. I'd probably give it half because it had like a baseline suspense throughout
Underlying,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be necessarily suspenseful and building up all this tension. I think it's just supposed to be kind of a comic book style anthology type thing.
It's kind of got a bit of comedy to it as well, hasn't it? With
it's funny.
A lot of stuff going through the film. So, yeah, like I say, I don't think it's meant to have that much tension and suspense in it anyway. So should we give it half?
Yeah, we'll give it half. It's not The Shining. We'll give it half.
That's the standard.
Right, next up is gore and visual effects.
That's... Are you right?
Yeah.
Just looked like you sounded like you glitched.
Just a life glitch.
Well, this film is not The Shining when it comes to gore and visual effects either, but I did like it. I like the fact that, due to the fact that all the sweets were laced with drugs or crammed with razor blades, they weren't allowed to use actual brands. So all the sweet wrappers were made for the production with the names of the sweets all coming from crew members' names or just silly names like Big Fudge Log. So I liked that. Brian Cox was wearing a wig and prosthetics because he wanted to look a bit like John Carpenter. Both him and Michael Dougherty are massive John Carpenter fans. And the best bit of the visual effects and maybe the gore was the werewolf scene, which was achieved.
Is that because it was sexy ladies?
It was a nice visual effect, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, sexy ladies. That's what that means.
I always say that when hot ladies, come on TV. I was like, oh, she's got some nice visual effects. Yeah,
it's great visual effects. This is.
Yeah. Anyway, that was done using mostly practical effects, and I don't mean the boobies. I mean the turning into werewolves. And we always love the practical effects over CGI. This was Doherty's choice because he prefers practical effects too. And I say it was mostly practical effects because it was augmented with some CGI. So augmented could... Well, it's a fairly open phrase. It could be heavy or it could be light touches. But I think it was light touches.
I feel they let themselves down when they pull the sack when Krieg pulls the sack off of Sam's head.
Yeah.
And he's that weird pumpkin boy.
I didn't even get he was meant to be half pumpkin.
Yeah.
I didn't even get that.
Yes, little pumpkin boy. And he pulls the sack off and then he's just that weird.
Oh yeah. Little Pumpkin Boy
CGI.
was that Halloween song that David Bowie and Bing Crosby did, wasn't it? After the success of their Christmas song, Little Drummer Boy.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, little pumpkin boy.
Little Drummer Boy, Little Pumpkin Boy, yeah.
Rubber pump.
Yeah.
I think we should give it one. I think there's some good effects in it
Okay,
that were quite amusing.
fair enough. 1.5 out of a
Ah.
possible unknown amount.
Okay, next up we have musical score and sound effects.
Nope. We can do that
We
next. Though. We
have
can do that next.
no, we have performance.
A pretty good performances, to be honest. I liked it. Dylan Baker was incredible as the creepy teacher. He's got one of those faces where I think he could be any kind of character, and he nailed this role. Brian Cox, obviously a legendary actor as well, who we've already talked about, was very good. There was one of those moments in this film that you hear about every so often, and people usually hold it up as a genius director move. I always think it's a bit of a dick move. And that was Doherty genuinely screaming at Anna Paquin unexpectedly to get an authentic scream out of her. And I just don't get it. She was pissed about it at the time, but apparently came around to accepting it worked, which means I think she was probably pressured to taking back a comment she said. These are actors, and they're there to act. They can act screaming. You don't need to scare someone in some power move on set like a dick. You don't make actors fuck to get a genuine orgasm. You can
Porn?
pretend. And you go, oh, I actually stabbed someone there so I could get authentic dread and fear. And the blood looks so much more authentic.
Which bit was this anyway?
It was about 50 minutes in.
That's Rogue, isn't it, from X-Men? That she
Yes.
made jump.
Yep.
Just touch him, and he'd been sucked of all his life.
Because I don't think you absorb all the powers of the characters you play in films.
I'm sorry, what?
And this film may have been before that anyway. Which is
Nah.
why in X-Men did she not turn into a werewolf?
Nah, X-Men was before this,
Oh, okay.
surely.
Oh, yeah, it must have been because it's really old, isn't it?
Yeah, first X-Men was really old.
All right,
99? 2000?
probably.
Anyway, we're not talking about the X-Men. I think Dylan Baker, anyway, talking on performance, I think he could play a great paedophile in anything he ever does, because he looks like a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a credit to him. He looks like a good paedophile,
Yeah.
but he does.
He's got typecast.
Obviously, yeah, typecast as a pedo.
Play what
Brian
you know.
Cox is just amazing at whatever he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they did all right. I don't think anyone was too shabby. Kids are a bit annoying, but I always find kids in films annoying. Actors, I think they're just knobheads. But
Yeah.
it's good. On the strength of that, on the strength of Brian Cox, the legend,
Yeah.
I'd give it one.
Okay. Give it one then. I don't know where we are now. 2.5.
Yeah, I'd give it one.
Sweet.
2.5.
Okay.
Right, next up, musical score,
Right.
sound
Well,
effects.
we'll swift past this one like we always do. It was fine, but it wasn't anything special.
Boom.
Half.
Lovely. Half. That's
Half.
3.
Yeah. Okay. Is it?
Brilliant.
Yes, it is. Well done.
Yeah. Right, the last one
Yeah.
is overall experience.
I think it was okay. I don't feel inclined to take one away or give it one.
No, I'd leave it. I'd leave it at 3. I'd maybe give it another half. Maybe give it 4. But I've
But-
watched it a few times. I think it's a very good Halloween anthology. I think it's a good film to watch every Halloween. Like people watch Nightmare Before Christmas all the time at Christmas. I think this
Yeah.
is a good film to watch. Get you in the festive mood for All Hallows Eve.
So you're going to give it a half or a 1? Because it's on 3.
Yeah,
at the
I'm gonna
moment.
give it. I'm gonna give it 2 halves
Okay. So,
to make it a 4.
okay. That's 4 out of 5. 2 halves. That's generous.
2 halves. I give it 2 halves. I think.
Okay. You sure you don't want to give it 4 quarters?
Yes, I'll give it 4 quarters.
Okay. What does that bring it to?
That gives us 4, I think, which I think is a nice, good, solid score for a good Halloween cult film.
Ah, excellent. 4 out of 5 for Trick or Treat. Although we should talk about how stupid the name is. Because
Trick
Trick
yeah, it's a
or
bit stupid.
Treat. Just call it Trick or Treat. and
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Just call it something different.
Even trick or treat, take away the R instead of the O. Trick or treat would have been better.
Trick or treat, like Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, it would have been...
Jack-o'-lantern would have been better because there's so many jack-o'-lanterns in it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anyway, this is the point
Shit name. Good film.
of the podcast where we usually do the next film choice. We're not doing that, are we?
No, not doing it this time.
We're going straight to a band plug.
Yeah! This is Headstone Horrors! Gonna lost it all!
You're last man on earth. Humans cause this curse. Responsible and for. We're gonna lose it all. Reaching for the stars. Leave behind the scars. Responsible and for. We're gonna lose it all. We tried to contain, our efforts were in vain. The town began to fall, we had to blast it all. The virus once is strong, been dead for far too long. It mutated and spread, all left to the undead. We gotta last it all. We gotta last it all. We gotta last it all. Planet's gonna die, heading for the sky. We'll Jordan drag this earth, there's nothing left for us. No more future here, into the atmosphere. Salvage all we can, heading to the express. We gotta left it all. We gotta left it all. We gotta left it all. Whoa! You're last man on earth. Humans cause this curse. Responsible and fall. We're gonna last it all. Reaching for the stars. Leave behind the scars. Responsible and fall. We're gonna last it all. We're gonna last it all. We gotta last it all. We gotta last it all. Whoa, we gotta last it all.
That was Headstone Horrors live and unmixed in the studio 2020 EP, available everywhere you stream music, featuring me and Jimmy. Check out Headstone Horrors and all the socials and stuff. And as for this podcast, don't forget to subscribe, give us a sexy 5-star review, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and please send us some treats to suck my lolly at thehallowedweenie.com. Now me and Jimmy have done our 50 episode warm-up. We're ready to really get going with this podcasting lark, so we will see you for the very first series of the Madhouse podcast very soon.
Yes! Nailed it!